It's not a secret that Jupiter is a gas giant. It doesn't have a solid surface like the Earth. If you were to descend through its atmosphere, you would simply sink deeper and deeper into its colossal gaseous body. But if you made it all the way down, what would you see? Well, scientists think they may have found an answer. In recent years, strange dark patches have appeared on Jupiter, and we don't know why. These mysterious spots are around 3,000 kilometers across and radiate more heat than they should. Scientists call these features hot spots. And while we don't know exactly what causes them, we do know that they may give us a glimpse of the bizarre world beneath Jupiter's clouds. The first hot spot was discovered back in 2009 by astronomers analyzing data from NASA's Juno spacecraft. They noticed an area of unusually high temperatures on the planet's surface. At the time, nobody was sure what to make of this strange phenomenon. But since then, we've seen more and more of these spots pop up, and each one has only deepened the mystery. That's because while studying these phenomena, scientists realized that something weird is going on deep inside Jupiter. All of the hot spots seem to be around 600 kilometers below the visible cloud tops, which means that they're likely related to the structure of the planet itself. And it's here where things get interesting. You see, even though Jupiter is a gas giant, scientists believe that there must be some sort of solid core at its center. The reason for this is that Jupiter's gravity seems to be a bit stronger than it should be. If the planet were made entirely of gas, then its gravitational pull wouldn't be as strong as it is. So there must be some heavy material hiding deep beneath those clouds. But how could this affect the hot spots on Jupiter's surface? Well, if you picture a pot of boiling water, you might notice that the hottest parts of the water are right below the surface. That's because when water boils, it forms bubbles of vapor that float up toward the surface. This creates areas of lower temperature just below the surface where the water isn't boiling as vigorously. When you look at Jupiter's hot spots in this way, it makes sense that they're found at a depth of around 600 kilometers below the surface. This means that whatever is causing these spots could be related to the structure of Jupiter's atmosphere and its interior. But why would these areas be hotter than the surrounding environment? Well, it might have to do with convection currents within Jupiter's atmosphere. You see, convection currents are formed when warmer fluids rise while cooler fluids sink. This is the same process that causes water to boil, and it seems that this could also be happening on Jupiter, except instead of water, it's ammonia that's boiling. In fact, scientists think that ammonia ice could be a major component of Jupiter's deep atmosphere. If this is true, then it is possible that these patches of hot spots are simply areas where the ammonia ice is boiling and creating vapor bubbles that float up toward the surface. But if that's the case, then why do these hot spots come and go? Well, according to scientists, they may be caused by disturbances in Jupiter's atmosphere, such as storms or impacts from meteorites. These disturbances could cause the ammonia ice to boil more vigorously, creating larger and more numerous hot spots. As the disturbance subsides, however, the hot spots would become less prominent until the next one appears somewhere else on the planet. But there's another theory out there, too. Some scientists think that Jupiter's hot spots may actually be windows into its interior. To understand this theory, let's take a closer look at Jupiter's atmosphere. As we mentioned earlier, the planet is made up of gases and liquids, but it's also full of solid particles. These particles are mostly rock and dust that have been blown off of other objects in the solar system and collected on Jupiter over billions of years. Over time, these particles have formed a thick layer of haze in the planet's atmosphere. This haze is so thick that it blocks our view of anything that lies beneath it. But if the haze is thin enough, we can see through it and get a glimpse of what's below. And that's exactly what's happening with Jupiter's hot spots. They're basically holes in the haze that allow us to see deeper into the planet's atmosphere. But what does this mean for our understanding of Jupiter? Well, for starters, it means that we may be able to learn more about the planet's interior without having to land on it. By studying the hot spots, we can see deeper into Jupiter's atmosphere than we ever have before. This could help us learn more about the planet's composition and structure, as well as its history. Not only that, but by studying the hot spots, we may also be able to learn more about the solar system as a whole. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, and it plays a major role in the dynamics of our planetary neighborhood. By understanding Jupiter better, we can better understand our place in the universe. So, what exactly have scientists seen through these mysterious hot spots? Well, thanks to NASA's Juno spacecraft, we've been able to get some incredible views of Jupiter's atmosphere. The spacecraft has captured images of the planet's iconic Great Red Spot as well as other smaller storms and features. But perhaps even more exciting is the fact that Juno has also captured images of Jupiter's iconic bands of clouds. These bands are some of the most striking features of Jupiter's atmosphere, and they've fascinated astronomers for centuries. But until now, we've had very little understanding of what causes them or how they form. However, thanks to the hot spots, we may finally be able to get some answers. By studying the bands of clouds, scientists hope to learn more about the winds and currents that shape Jupiter's atmosphere. This could help us better understand the forces that drive the planet's weather and climate. What's more, scientists are also hoping to use the hot spots to study Jupiter's magnetic field. The planet's magnetic field is one of the largest and most powerful in the solar system, but we still don't know much about it. By studying the hot spots, scientists may be able to learn more about how Jupiter's magnetic field interacts with its atmosphere and the solar wind. This could help us better understand the fundamental physics of magnetic fields and their interactions with other natural phenomena. Finally, scientists are also hoping to use the hot spots to study Jupiter's gravity. As we mentioned earlier, Jupiter's gravity is stronger than expected, which suggests that the planet has a massive core. But we don't know exactly what this core is made of or how it affects the planet's gravity. By studying the hot spots, scientists may be able to learn more about how Jupiter's gravity works and what it reveals about the planet's internal structure. Overall, these mysterious hot spots are helping scientists unlock some of the biggest mysteries of our largest gas giant. As we continue to study them, we may be able to learn more about Jupiter's atmosphere, magnetic field, and gravity than we ever thought possible. Who knows, maybe one day we'll even be able to understand what causes them to form and disappear. Only time and further research will tell. Speaking of time, it's time for me to move on to the next video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And with that, I'll see you next time.